Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining. If you're new here, my name is Daniela Cesar. So this video will be the first video of a whole new series that I have planned for the month of February. It's going to be full face February. So every single Sunday for this month, I'm going to have a different full face themed video. This week, we're going to do a full face of products I haven't used in forever. So to give you an example, I love the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, but I just haven't touched it in so long. As you can see, I definitely have loved this quite a bit. I just have been kind of reaching for other palettes, a whole bunch of products that are great, I used to love, and I just haven't touched in a while. But before we go ahead and get started, please do me a big favor and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. This way, you will not be missing out on any future videos, especially during the month of February with this new series. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and put some makeup on. Alrighty, so I went ahead and primed my skin already just because I really didn't used to prime, but now I feel like I can't go without it. Not so much to make it last longer, but just to kind of create a more even-based canvas for the makeup to go on. So whether that's moisturizer for you, a glowy base, a matte primer, whatever that is, go ahead and you can do that step now. But for foundation, I used to actually never really wear foundation per se, other than maybe my Maybelline Fit Me foundation, but that's a foundation that I still use pretty often. So I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Guard Tinted Moisturizer. This is something that I used to go to all the time. I would just rub some between my fingers to warm it up and then apply directly with my fingers onto my skin. And for the most part, I used to just blend it out with my fingertips as well. I do like to go over everything with a sponge at the end, just like I still do, just to make sure that I do have pretty even coverage, so there's no streaks, and that everything kind of looks just more evened out, I guess. So next up, I'm going to be going in with concealer. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, and I have two shades here. I have the shade Neutralizer and the shade Light. I tend to kind of apply a little bit of both just to cancel out any darkness and discoloration and things like that. For now, I'm going to be going in with the Light, is it Light Pale? Yes, sorry, it's Light Pale. And I think I'm going to use the shade Neutralizer on any spots that, of course, the tinted moisturizer did not cover up fully. Yeah, I definitely still really like this concealer. To be honest with you, I don't know why I don't really use it as much. I don't know if it's because I've been kind of onto my master concealer from Maybelline, if not the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I do really enjoy this one. I feel like I need to apply a little bit more just where my dark circles are like really, really dark. But I mean, that's not the biggest deal. Again, I don't know if you can tell on camera with the lights, but I definitely can still see some of my spots peeking through here on my forehead. So it's not the most full coverage concealer ever. I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder, or Loose Finishing Powder. This is in the shade Fair Light 10. I thought that this would be a good shade for me when I bought it, but turns out it's a little bit yellow for me. I feel like I should have gone the lighter shade, which I think is 5. It just makes your under eyes look so smooth, polished, finished, I guess. It's really, really nice. It kind of looks like this. As you can see, it does have a little bit of a yellow tint to it, but again, not terrible. I think it will still work fine for me, but I do wish I had a lighter shade. What are some of the products that you used to love and now you feel like you never use anymore? Or products that maybe you ran out of and you haven't repurchased in a while because you were purchasing something else? Like, what are some of those products that you used to love and swear by and now you just kind of forgot about? Let me know in the comments. The next product I'm going to be using is for highlighting. I'm going to be using my Ofra Rodeo Drive Highlight. It is a beautiful highlighter that I've already hit pan on. Oh my god. It's just beautiful. It's gold. It's super shiny, super reflective, very, very blinding. in person at least. I'm not sure how it's going to translate on camera, but in person it looks gorgeous. You would think it might be a little bit dark for me, and I don't know, maybe it is, but I used to love this and wear this all the time. Honestly, I would even wear this to work, like no shame. But anyway, I haven't picked it up in a while because, as you guys know, I've been stuck on my Amrezy highlight, my Becca Moonstone highlight, all of those. So it's time for me to switch it back up a little bit. So I'm going to be using this one, going in with my Morphe M501, another brush I used to love and I haven't been using in a while because I've been loving my Real Techniques one. But just for old time's sakes, I'm going to go in with this brush and apply this highlight to the tops of my cheekbones and all the usual spots. Oh yeah, you can totally see on camera how blinding it is. I highly recommend this highlight. So next up for bronzer, I have a couple. I haven't used this Tarte bronzer in a while. It's the Park Avenue Princess. It's the Amazonian Clay Waterproof Bronzer in Park Avenue Princess. It looks like this. This is a travel size version. It's really cute actually. This is what the packaging looks like. And then for contour, the Hoola Benefit Bronzer. Oh my god, I still love this one. I actually started picking this up a little bit more recently. But I mean, okay, hold up. Just wait. Look at that pan. I am very proud of this, you guys. This has lasted me such a long time, and I hit pan pretty badly, but I do still have a little bit in there, and I figured I might as well get to the bottom of it. I actually used to use this little brush that it comes with, but for today, I'm going to be applying it with the e.l.f. 105 brush. I actually just picked this one up, so this is rather new to me. So as you can see, it's like fluffy, duo-fibered for sure, and it's a little bit flatter on the side. And so for me, it's been really great to achieve kind of a soft contour. So I'm just going to dip this into the powder, whatever is left of it. This is gonna go literally just right in the hollows of my cheek. See the difference? I really love this powder for contouring specifically because the shade is a little bit warm, a little bit cool. It has those two components that just make it like the perfect bronzer for me. This bronzer is super pigmented, by the way, and also it's a gorgeous eyeshadow. I'm just picking it up on a stippling brush. This one is from Sonia Kashuk, and I'm just going to really lightly brush it through my cheeks. So now for blush, I'm going to be going in with my Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Apricot in the middle. This is what it looks like here. It's a nice little peachy blush. So I'm applying it with my Real Techniques blush brush, as always, and just really lightly tapping it from the apples of my cheeks up and kind of using that to blend the bronzer in as well. Yes, beautiful. I love it. And this is also really pigmented, so I just like tap it into the blush like this. In person, I look so tan right now, you guys. Like, I think I just never used to rotate my makeup, like at least my colored stuff, from summer to winter. I don't know what the hell the issue was, but I feel like this is more of a summery type of makeup products, or at least shades for me. All right, so now it's time to jump into the eyes, and I have a couple products that I'll be using here that I haven't, again, used in a while. Not too sure if I'm going to use one of them. I know for sure I'm going to be using my Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. Again, as I mentioned earlier, this has been very well loved. As you can see, I even hit pan on one shade over there. It's super dirty. I'm sorry, I actually tried cleaning it, but this is the version like before the new packaging where you actually could clean it. So it looks really nasty. I'm sorry. What can I say? And then the other product that I wanted to use is my Dose of Colors Ideal Duo. This is in the shade Shell. So basically, it comes with a cream version of the product there. It's like a rose gold. And it has a little mirror, by the way, which I think is super cute. And then when you unscrew the top, you have the little glitter in there. It's like a little loose powdered glitter in there that matches the cream. So this is really beautiful. I think I only used it a couple times when I got it. So I think I'm gonna start off with this shade right over here. I don't know the shade names, guys. I lost the thing a million years ago, so sorry. I'm gonna pick up my Morphe M513 brush, just a little blending brush, and that light brown transition shade I told you. And I'm just going to really lightly blend this in my crease. I'm actually gonna take this kind of yellowy poopy brown right here, and then I might go in with that mustardy shade afterwards. We shall see. And I'm just gonna apply it a little bit lower. So I decided I'm actually gonna hold off on using the Dose of Colors Ideal Duo just because I feel like I kind of want to go into more of the orangey shades, like not too much browns, but more of the orangey reddish shades. If you guys want to see a video using this little guy over here from Dose of Colors, definitely let me know. Leave me a comment down below and I'd be more than happy to create a look for this. I'm gonna grab a Morphe. Oh, this is the one that the name blurred off. I don't know. It's a little Morphe brush, a blender with like more of a flat edge to it. I feel like maybe I'm gonna go into this kind of brighter shade over here. So I'm just gonna tap this on my outer corner and kind of start smoking this out. As you can see, it is super pigmented. I'm gonna actually go in right now with that mustardy shade. I kind of want to put that all over my lid and see what happens. Let's see. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's better. Okay, so I kind of brought the other eye up to speed, and I do really like how this looks. It looks like a fiery sunset almost, without being too intense. But I am gonna go in and add a few more deeper shades. I think I'm actually going to go in with my Morphe M506, I believe it is. Yes, it's this tiny little blender brush. I love it for really detailed work. So I think I'm gonna go in with this more like deeper reddish shade right here. So now I'm gonna go back in with that original like brighter orange shade, like a tiny bit of it with that same blending brush, and just go over the edges of the outer corner and kind of blend out that deeper red shade a little bit. I think I'm gonna do like an eyeshadow type of wing liner with a deep brown shade in here. So I'm gonna be using my little ColourPop angled brush for the liner. Any, you know, really sharp, really thin angled brush that you have will work for this. And the shade I'm gonna be using for the liner is gonna be this deep, rich brown over here, and I think a little bit of this guy over here too. Okay, so really quickly, I'm just going to be lining my entire lash line from outer to inner corner, making sure to leave the inner corner a little bit more of a thin line and make it thicker as I move out to the outer corner. So then I'm going to be using the tip of the angled brush to kind of help guide the actual wing part of the winged liner. And I'm going to be using also the lower lash line as kind of a guide for the angle itself. So this is quickly just how I do my wing liner, but definitely leave me a comment down below if you want to see a full video on how to create a wing liner. Now I just want to move on to the lower lash line. So I'm going to be essentially copying what I did on the top to the bottom. I'm going to start off with that like brown mustardy type of shade that we used second. And I'm just going to pop that in my lower lash line with a Luxie angled, mini angled brush 131. This one right here, you guys know I love this one for this step. And I'm just going to smudge that kind of low on my lash line. And I'm also going to dip into that brighter mustard shade that we have on the lid to pull those yellowy tones a little bit more. And then with an even smaller brush, I'm going to be using my Luxie mini round brush, the 141. It looks like this. And I'm just going into those two like reddish orange shades that we used, and I'm going to smudge that as close to my lower lash line, to like the actual lash line as I can, all the way from outer to inner corner. And lastly, with an even tinier brush, So I'm gonna go in with a Morphe flat definer brush. This is the M432. Looks like this. It's like totally flat. And I'm gonna pick up those deeper shades of brown I used for the liner, and I'm going to kind of stamp that and connect it a little bit to the liner and only go about halfway through, again, directly on my lower lash line. We're going pretty smoky, as you can kind of tell. And then with the little round angled brush, I'm gonna pick up more of that bright orange shade, and I'm gonna really lightly buff out that brown. And then going back in with the mustardy shades with my first brush as well. Make sure we don't lose those colors. You see the difference that the lower lash line makes? I feel like it just really kind of rounds out and closes out the eye. It's just like the perfect topper. I feel like it looks a little bit odd without it, honestly, like a little bit naked. And honestly, before, like when I first started doing makeup, you know, as a teenager and stuff, not when I first started, but when I really started using it a little bit more and actually wearing it out and stuff, I used to never, ever do my lower lash line. I don't know, can you see the difference? Like, I can't imagine not going with like anything in the lower lash line. I have to put something. Alrighty, so now this isn't a product that I necessarily don't really use anymore. I do still use this from time to time. I just kind of need a little bit of an eyeliner right now. And the one I've used the least recently, at least, is the Tarte Skinny Smolder Eyes in the shade Golden Tiger Eyes. It's just this little liner right here. It's kind of, it's like a plummy type of brown. I don't know if you can see there. And it has tiny flecks in it, like of shimmer, but not, you can't really tell once it's on the eye. So I'm just gonna use this to line my lower waterline about halfway through, not all the way, and then also tight line the top lash line. So now I'm actually gonna add a little bit of a bronzy liner. I think I'm gonna use my ColourPop Creme Gel liner in Show Me. Again, it's just a bronzy liner, obviously a lot lighter than the other one, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my lower waterline, but just the inner half of it, just to bring a little bit of light to that area. For the inner corner highlight, I'm gonna go back in with my Rodeo Drive highlights and with a pencil brush. Any pencil brush will do just fine. In case you want to know, I'm using the Morphe M578 brush. It's just like a fluffy kind of pencil brush, and I'm just gonna pop this right in here again for just a little bit of light and shine. So for brows, this is a brow pencil that I used to use all the time when I first started even doing my brows, which was about 2 or 3 years ago now, maybe. This is the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil. It's not my favorite anymore, I will say, so I feel like I'm just gonna try to get through it and not repurchase it again. I much prefer my ColourPop one. This one is just a little bit warmer. Let me show you. It's just a little bit warmer. It's this one right here. And I don't know, I feel like it doesn't really go with my brow hairs too much, and also on my hand, like as a hand swatch, it's not as creamy, but when you're putting it on your eyebrows, it is a little bit too creamy for my taste. I feel like the ColourPop one is a little bit waxier, and the shade is so perfect that I just can't go back. And also, I used to never use brow gel. Like, I didn't think that was necessary. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just, I mean, at this point, I'm probably just nitpicking, but I just prefer my ColourPop one. Like, I have nothing else to say, really. All right, so we're almost done, almost at the finish line. So to mist myself before I go in with mascara, I'm gonna go in with my Pixie Glow Mist. It's this one right here. So you just wanna shake it up before you actually spritz it on. The mist is super fine. It never fails. I love it, it's beautiful. It's not gonna make your makeup last any longer. If you have an oily skin type, I don't know how you're gonna love this. But for me, somebody with drier skin type, this is beautiful. It just makes me look nice and dewy all day long. Alright, now for mascara, I don't really have something that I used to use because that one unfortunately is discontinued. So I'm just gonna go in with my usual, my little L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so as you can see, I have my brows and my lashes on. I actually went in and applied some individual lashes just on the very outer corner. These are the Ardell Soft Touch Trios. You might have seen these in my Ulta haul. If you haven't already seen that video, I'm gonna go ahead and link it down below, as well as in the corner, actually the corner up here. But anyway, moving on to the final item of this video, gonna be going in with the Kat Von D Everlasting, is that what they're called? I think they're called the Everlasting liquid lipsticks. I have two shades. I have Lolita and Bow and Arrow. So I think I'm gonna go in with Lolita. On me, Lolita is very, very dark, so let's see kind of how this looks. If it looks bad, I can always just switch it up. But Lolita is that classic, like, terracotta type of rich brown shade with a little bit of red in there. They're more of that liquidy type of formula, and they last so well on the lips. They last beautifully, really easy to reapply as well. They don't get super crusty and stuff, so I definitely like these, but of course, they are liquid lipsticks, so naturally they're going to be a little bit more drying, so it's kind of up to you on the type of formula that you like. There you have it. This was a full face of products I used to love and I haven't touched in a long time. Definitely stay tuned for the rest of the series here on my channel for the month of February. I have a lot of really fun videos planned out. One of them, probably the last one, is going to be a full face of one brand. Leave me a comment down below if you can guess what brand it's going to be. I am so excited. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, that way you won't miss any future videos, and definitely ring the notification bell. That will notify you every time I post a new video. That way you'll be able to kind of jump onto my channel every time I post a new video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Mwah.